Do you know that the moment you post a screenshot of your bank account, show off your new watch, or tell a friend exactly how much you made this month, you are effectively inviting a spiritual hacker to delete your financial progress? I am going to reveal a truth to you today that will sound like paranoia to the average scroller, but to the Jewish outliers who have managed the world's most significant wealth for 3,000 years, it is the most basic rule of account security. There is a reason why true Jewish millionaires move in absolute silence. They do not do it because they are sneaky or shady. They do it because they understand the physics of envy. They understand that Ayin Hara, the evil eye, is not a metaphor or a superstition. It is a literal packet attack on your soul's frequency. When you expose your numbers to the public, you are doxing your own mazal. And I'm telling you right now, if you do not stop broadcasting your wins, the universe will shadow ban your income until you are back to zero. My name is Rabbi Naomi, and for over 40 years I have lived within the deep, uncompromising laws of the Talmud, the Zohar, and the oral traditions of the sages who built generational fortresses. My grandfather was a strategist of the soul in Jerusalem. He taught me that the physical world is nothing more than a shadow of the spiritual server. He told me, Naomi, the world thinks money is for showing. They are wrong. Money is a seed, and a seed only grows in the dark. If you dig up the seed every day to show people how much it has sprouted, it will die. Most of you are spiritually retarded because you value the likes of strangers more than the growth of your kingdom. You wonder why your business hits a ceiling, or why every time you have a major win, it is followed by a 1 of 10 disaster. It is because you have created a security breach by being loud. In the world of high-level strategy and automation, we know that isolation is the only way to protect a winning system. If you leave your session data open, or if you share your private keys, you are begging for a system wipe. The spiritual realm operates on the exact same logic. Your income is your session data. It is the energy current allocated to you by the king for this specific session of your life. When you show that current to someone else, you are allowing their Ayin Hara, their envy and their judgment, to viewbot your destiny. Their frequency of why them and not me enters your vessel and creates marketplace static. This static disrupts your binah, your intuition, and causes you to make the very mistakes that lead to your liquidation. You are being dumb if you think your bank balance is public data. The Talmud is explicit. Blessing is found only in that which is hidden from the eye. Think about the Holy of Holies in the temple. It was the place of the highest frequency, the highest light, and the highest provision. And it was behind a thick curtain accessible only once a year by one person. It was top secret. If the king keeps his most precious things hidden, why are you, a mere manager, showing your crumbs to everyone on Instagram? You are telling the accuser, the spiritual prosecutor who audits your merit, that you are more interested in pride than stewardship. And the king does not give gold to people who use it to feed their ego. He gives it to the silent managers who can be trusted to move millions without a single cookie of envy following them. I remember a specific disciple of mine, a young man who was an outlier in the software niche. He had cracked a 1 of 10 algorithm and was making $50,000 a week. He was young, he was arrogant, and he was spiritually illiterate. He bought a luxury car and posted it to his private Facebook group, thinking he was inspiring people. Within 48 hours, his primary payment processor shadow banned his account without explanation. Within a week, his lead developer quit to start a competing company. He came to me in a panic, and I told him, "You didn't inspire anyone. You just gave 500 people a legal hook into your mazal. You invited 500 accusers to look at your payout and ask the king if you truly deserved it. You doxed your own protection." I made him sell the car, delete the post, and perform the salt reset of the mouth. I told him, "You are resetting your IP address. You are telling the universe that you are logging out of the marketplace of pride and logging back into the vault of silence." Within 30 days, his account was reinstated and his revenue doubled. He learned that in the world of the 1%, your privacy is your firewall. The problem with most of you is that you are spiritually lazy. You want the clout and the money at the same time. I will not sugarcoat this for you. You cannot have both. If you want to be famous for your money, you will be audited by the evil eye until you are broke. If you want to be wealthy in silence, you will be blessed by the heavens until you are a giant. You must choose. Are you a slave to the static or a strategist of the soul? The outliers move in the shadows. They understand that every person who knows your numbers is a potential malware entry point. If your mother knows your income, she might worry about you, which is a form of gevura judgment. If your friend knows, they might envy you. If your competitor knows, they will reverse engineer your success. You are being dumb by giving away your source code. You need to harden your security. You need to become untraceable. Now let us look at the spiritual bandwidth of your success. You see, in the eyes of the Kabbalists, every blessing you receive, every dollar, every business breakthrough, comes with a specific amount of spiritual light. This light is meant to be used for Mela, your sacred work, and for the expansion of your kingdom. But attention is a form of consumption. When people look at your wealth, they are mining your energy. They are using their Ayin Hara to drain your battery. Think of it like a high-traffic server. If 10,000 people are suddenly pinging your IP address with envy and judgment, your bandwidth will drop. Your bina, your intuitive connection to the source, will start to lag. You will lose the clarity that made you an outlier in the first place. You are being dumb if you think you can handle the traffic of the mixed multitude without your server crashing. Most of you are currently leaking data everywhere. You talk about your goals before you hit them. You brag about your potential to people who are stuck in poverty sessions. I will not bullshit you. You are giving the accuser a roadmap to your vault. In the world of high-level strategy, we know that the deep state of any successful operation is its secrecy. The moment a project becomes public knowledge before it is locked in, it becomes vulnerable to sabotage. The spiritual realm works exactly the same way. When you dox your income, you are essentially inviting a DDoS attack on your bank account. You are telling every energy vulture in your circle exactly where to bite. I see so many of you grinding for views, trying to look successful while your actual net worth is negative. You are playing a simulation of wealth while the real Jewish millionaires are playing the code. They are sitting in modest homes, driving 10-year-old cars, and moving $100 million through silent wire transfers. They are ghost profiles. They are untraceable. They understand that if the accuser cannot find your balance sheet, he cannot find a reason to terminate your session. If you are sitting there right now, feeling the need to prove your worth to people who don't even matter, you are hosting malware. You are literally providing a server for the energy of insecurity to run its scripts. This is exactly why I produced the Destiny Reconstruction. Most of you are currently spiritually exposed. Your firewall is down, and your admin password is clout. My ebook is the manual for security hardening your life. I show you how to identify the security breaches in your daily speech, how to use the secret of the 10th to buy heavenly insurance, and the midnight salt protocol to scrub your success signature clean of any marketplace judgment. Most people are retarded enough to keep following the standard blueprint of showing off, and then they wonder why they are always one emergency away from bankruptcy. If you are tired of being the person who almost makes it but always gets liquidated, You need to reconstruct your blueprint. The link is in the description. Get it now or continue to let the mixed multitude manage your mazal. Now, let us get into the algorithm of envy. In the world of channel automation, we talk about manual reviews. A manual review is when a human at the company looks at your account because a flag was triggered. In the spiritual world, Ayin Hara is the flag. When someone envies your income, they are essentially reporting you to the heavenly court for a manual audit. They are saying, look at this person, look at how much they have. Do they really deserve it? And because we are all human and we all have violations, mistakes we've made, debts we owe, or lack of kavana, the accuser will always find something during an audit. By hiding your income, you are avoiding the flag. You are staying in the automated zone, where the blessings flow based on your code rather than your merit. The Jewish outlier understands that he is not perfect, so he chooses to be invisible. He keeps his payouts private so that the accuser has no reason to open his file. You are being dumb if you think your good deeds will protect you from a manual review triggered by a loud mouth. You need to isolate your session. Think about the people you interact with daily. Your broke friends who ask for tips, or your relatives who expect you to pick up the tab because they know you are doing well. These people are cookies. They are tracking your success and linking their lack to your profile. Every time you pay for them out of guilt, you are cross-contaminating your accounts. You are accepting their shadow ban. You are being retarded if you think your generosity to the lazy will buy you favor in heaven. It only buys you static. You must isolate each channel. Your income is your channel. Do not let vultures sync with your data. I remember a specific case of a disciple who was a high-ticket closer. He was making $30,000 a month in commissions. He decided to tell his best friend about his new lifestyle. Within 2 weeks, the friend began to subtly accuse him, making jokes about how easy he had it or how he was lucky. This is the spiritual malware of envy. Suddenly, the disciple's closing rate dropped from 80% to 10%. He lost his bina. He couldn't hear the client's objections anymore. Why? Because the friend's Ayin Hara had created packet loss in his intuition. He was linked to a person who wanted him to fail so they could feel equal again. We performed a vessel purge. I told him he must log out of that friendship for 40 days and perform the salt purification of the eyes. I told him, you are resetting your metadata. You are telling the universe that your success is no longer shared content. Within 30 days, his closing rate went back up to 85%. He stopped being a host for other people's resentment and became a strategist of silence. Are you a leaking bucket? Do you find that as soon as you tell someone about a deal, it falls through? If so, you are spiritually throttled. You are being punished for your open source ego. You need to become closed source. You need to privateer your wins. The outliers do not vibe their way to success. They use security protocols. They use encrypted speech. You need to understand that every time you speak your income, you are sending a clear text password over a public network. Anyone, human or demonic, can sniff that packet and use it to hijack your session. You need to harden your pay. You need to understand that your mazal is a top secret operation. The Jewish people have dominated the global economy for 3,000 years because they were the first to master privacy as a weapon. They built ghettos of energy where the accuser couldn't see their gold. They used secret languages to discuss their trades. They understood that the world is a vulture culture, and the only way to survive is to be unobservable. If you want to be an outlier, if you want to be the one who makes the competitors give up, then you need to adopt the rabbi's firewall. Now we must address the encryption of the payout. I know many of you are sitting there right now, itching to tell your partner, your parents, or your mastermind group about that new $10,000 wire transfer. You feel that digital ego rising up, wanting to be validated. I will not bullshit you. That feeling is a vulnerability exploit. It is a backdoor planted in your psyche by the mixed multitude to ensure you stay at their level. You are being dumb if you think the king needs you to prove your success to anyone other than him. In the world of high-level strategy, we know that if you want to keep a high-performing channel alive, you do not talk about your niche or your CPM in public forums. You keep your winning script locked in a private server. The spiritual realm works exactly the same way. When you hide your income, you are isolating the success session. You are preventing the cookies of your competitors' jealousy from attaching to your future deals. This is why Jewish millionaires always hide their income. They are managing their metadata. They are ensuring that their IP address stays in a state of high authority by remaining untraceable to the accuser. If you have already been loud, if you are the person who has been posting your lifestyle and your bank account for everyone to see, your mazal is currently doxed. You are likely experiencing throttled reach in your business. You are making money, but the accuser is taking 40% in unexplained fees. You need to perform a system wipe on your financial profile. The Ayin Hara security patch protocol, the vessel purge, silence order. From this second forward, your income is a state secret. If someone asks you how much you make, you do not give a number. You give a redirect. You say, "The king is providing what is required for the mission." You are being shrewd. You are not lying. You are revoking the access token. You are telling the vulture that your data is no longer available for their manual review. The mirror seal ritual. If you feel like your mazal is under attack because you were too loud in the past, take a small hand mirror. Sprinkle sea salt across the glass. As I have told you, salt is the terminator of static. Speak to the mirror. I reflect the envy back to its source. I isolate my parnasa from the eye of the intruder. My numbers are hidden in the vault of the king. You are creating a spiritual VPN. You are masking your location from the accuser, the anchor of the 10th, the firewall. The only way to verify your account in the heavens without being loud on earth is through the covenant of the 10th. When you give 10% in absolute secret, where not even the receiver knows your name, you are buying insurance. You are telling the king, "I don't need the validation of the marketplace. I only need the payout from the source." This is the verification badge of the 1%. I will be brutally honest with you. Most of you will fail at this. You are too addicted to the clout. You would rather have 1,000 likes from people who hate you than $100,000 in a silent bank account. That is why you are spiritually retarded. You are choosing low-value content pride over high-ticket success, wealth. If you are dumb enough to trade your generational destiny for a temporary dopamine hit on social media, then you deserve the shadow ban the universe is giving you. The outlier is the person who is rich in reality, but poor in appearance. You are currently trying to run a success algorithm on a cursed hardware filled with the cookies of your childhood poverty. You think that by looking rich, you will become rich. You are being dumb. You are just painting a target on your back for the accuser to find. You need to reconstruct your entire vessel. This is exactly why you need the destiny reconstruction. Most of you are spiritually exposed right now. Your firewall is down, your admin password is look at me, and your parnasa is being mined by every energy vulture in your contacts list. My ebook is the manual for security hardening your identity. I show you how to identify the vortexes of lack in your home, how to use the algorithm of the 17th to make your wealth untraceable, and the midnight salt protocol to scrub your name off the judgment list of the spiritual realm. Most people are retarded enough to spend $2,000 on a vacation they can't afford just to get pictures, but they are too stingy to spend a few dollars on the blueprint that will protect their family's gold for 7 generations. If you are tired of being the person whose success always mysteriously stalls as soon as people find out about it, you need to reconstruct your destiny. The link is in the description. Get it now, or continue to let the mixed multitude manage your mazal. The final rule of the silent millionaire, the law of the tzitz. The tzitz was the golden plate on the forehead of the high priest. It was a sign. But notice where it was. It was in the Holy of Holies. It wasn't for the marketplace. Your success is your Holy of Holies. You must treat your income with the same reverence and privacy that the priests treated the temple vessels. Think about the outliers in the knowledge base. Why do they consistently pull 1 of 10 views and high RPM while the competitors struggle for crumbs? Because they follow the daily workflow. They research outlier topics, they matching the pacing of top-performing videos, and they disable embedding to prevent view botting. Hiding your income is the spiritual equivalent of disabling embedding. It stops the accusers from using your data to throttle your momentum. I have seen disciples go from liquidated to multi-millionaires in 12 months just by adopting the protocol of secrecy. I remember one man, an e-commerce giant, who was shadow banned by the algorithm of life. He was losing money every month. I told him, "You are doxing your profit to your employees and your friends. You are giving them remote access to your bina." He moved his office to an unmarked building, stopped taking luxury photos, and performed the salt reset of the mouth. Within 90 days, his bina, intuition, returned. He saw a 1 of 10 product trend before it hit the mainstream. He moved in silence, scaled to 10 million in a single quarter, and didn't tell a single soul. He stopped being a material slave and became a spiritual strategist. You are at a crossroads. You can continue to be a slave to the clout, loud, vulnerable, and view-botted by the Ayin Hara. Or you can become a strategist of the soul. You can use the rabbi's firewall to build a wealth fortress that no vulture can penetrate. The difference between the person who stays broke and the person who becomes a Jewish millionaire is not their hustle. It is their shrewdness with data. The wealthy recognize that information is energy, and they learn to encrypt their success. If you are ready to stop leaking and start dominating, you know what to do. The vault is open, the data is here, but the king only gives the gold to those who are shrewd enough to move in silence. Type, "I move in silence" in the comments if you are committing to the privacy protocol starting today. I read every single comment, and I am watching to see who is ready to security harden their life and reconstruct their mazal. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Next week, I am going to reveal the midnight salt ritual, how to wash marketplace judgment off your hands so that every deal you touch turns to gold. You cannot afford to be dumb enough to miss that video. Go to the description right now, get the Destiny Reconstruction, and start building your firewall today. Your Parnassa is a private key. Stop giving it away to the mixed multitude. Shalom.